What was the last good Disney movie? For me personally, it was Tangled, but frankly, some people go even further back. A lot of folks say The Princess and the Frog, and I'll be real, I absolutely love that movie, and it's been a while since we've gotten to dunk on Disney, so being able to dunk on them while bringing up Princess and the Frog, we're gonna have a good time. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and The Princess and the Frog director criticizes Disney's turn to activism. They need to do a course correction a bit in terms of putting the message secondary behind entertainment. This is coming from the man who directed the film with the first black princess. Now here's the dealio. The first black Disney princess. When this movie came out, when The Princess and the Frog came out, let's not pretend that that was not part of what was being talked about. It absolutely was. Anyone that wants to try and revise history, like, oh, when Princess and the Frog came out, we didn't even care there was a black princess. No. It was definitely commented on, but it was how it was commented on that was different. More or less, it was commented on as just a cool fact. Like we didn't talk about how it was breaking the mold, how it was just going to change the public perception and zeitgeist of Disney as a whole. It was just more of those, yeah, Princess and the Frog is going to be the first Disney movie, the first black Disney princess. Interesting. And then you moved on, and the movie was awesome. So let's go through, let's see what he has to say, and again, hit that subscribe button. And echoing a sentiment held by many a former fan of the once beloved entertainment company and their various subsidiaries, legendary Disney animation director John Musker believes that the House of Mouse, or the House of Mauschwitz as I prefer to call him, is in desperate need of a course correction away from activism and back towards making quality productions. Now, I mean, Nelson Peltz has been saying this for ages, and everyone's been calling him a racist, right-wing, misogynistic white man. So, I mean, I don't know. It sounds to me like the director, again, of what is arguably, like thrown in there as another token Disney movie, despite it not being accurate, is agreeing with Nelson Peltz. Is Bob Iger going to agree with you here, Marky Mark? Like, I'm genuinely curious. Musker, whose Disney directorial credits include such classics as The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Hercules, The Princess and the Frog, and most recently, Moana. It's not as if this dude, is new to Disney or, left Disney after they went, woke or whatnot. He did Moana. First of all, you can find diversity in just about all these. Again, The Little Mermaid, a very, impactful story about a woman. Aladdin, it's pretty much all diverse when you consider, it's a lot of white people watching it. Hercules, Princess of the Frog, like Disney, clearly, this goes to show, has always done it right. It is the fact that we're talking about activism and not diversity. It is the activism that everybody does hate when it comes to these sorts of films. He offered his thoughts on the company's current direction while speaking to the Spanish news outlet El Pas during the 2024 edition of the annual Animayo Industry Conference. Pressed by the publication's Enrico Ruiz Jimenez as to whether his fellow production crew members on The Princess and the Frog were trying to make a political statement with their decision to introduce a black princess into Disney canon, the director asserted, "We weren't trying to be woke, although I understand the criticism." To be fair, woke wasn't a term back then, or at least it wasn't in the way we use it now. Woke has actually been a term for a very long time, but much like all words, in an ever-growing and changing language, and a language that is still alive and breathing, they change, they have different meanings. So the modern colloquialism for woke definitely was not applied the way it is now back in the days of Princess and the Frog. So, yes, no, I can 100% believe they were not trying to be woke. And if you watch The Princess and the Frog, you would probably believe the same thing. You would believe this dude was just going in with the intent of making an awesome, cool, fun family movie in a more modern spin on the Disney princess genre. The classic Disney films didn't start out trying to have a message, explained Musker. They wanted to get you involved in the characters and the story and the world, and I think that's still the heart of it. You don't have to exclude agendas, but you have to first create characters who you sympathize with and who are compelling. And Disney is not making characters; they're making cardboard cutouts to breed their political and social views. So that was just my 2 cents. Closing out his answer with a word of advice for Disney, the esteemed animation director turned to the company's future and ultimately opined, "I think they need to do a course correction a bit in terms of putting the messages secondary behind the entertainment and compelling story and engaging characters." And let's take a look at Disney for a moment. Let's just take a step back and ask ourselves, even if not for all the political agenda, woke messaging, all the social engineering they are trying to do, what's their most recent film that even has good characters? Like, I can't find any reason to call Frozen woke, quote unquote. But it still doesn't have good characters. I do not find myself rooting for Elsa or Anya. Like they do not interest me. Lightyear, I'm a massive fan of Toy Story. I grew up loving Toy Story. Put the social political aspect of that aside, Lightyear had no interesting characters either. They actually, in fact, they fundamentally destroyed the character that was Buzz Lightyear. So not only does Disney need to stop with their, agenda-driven messaging, or at least put very heavily take a back seat to it, like Musker here is saying, but maybe actually focus on giving good characters. As I say all the time, not being woke is not the same, is not enough to call something good. So yeah, I think the dude's hitting the nail on the head here. Notably, Musker is not the first Disney-affiliated individual to call for the company to put down their signs and pick up their storyboards. Asked by the New York Times' Andrew Ross Sorkin in 2023 for his thoughts on the criticisms against the company's woke output, CEO Bob Iger admitted, "I think we had happened over a period of time, was building and building, and maybe it reached a peak of some sort while I was gone, is that the creators lost sight of what their number one objective needed to be." Of course, leave it to Bobby Iger to literally blame everybody but himself, as if Disney would fall apart without him, when it is quite literally all of his policies that are the main leading factors in Disney's complete and utter failure. As much as they want to blame Bob Chapek still to this day, despite the fact that Iger has been back for years now, Chapek was literally just following up on the stuff that Iger had already put in motion. Like, it really is amazing. Like, as hated as Michael Eisner is, let's be real, that was some of the best era of Disney in terms of actually standing the test of time. So maybe go back to the Michael Eisner method, which was steal from everything popular and just try and do it better. But you know what? That's better than the woke shit we're getting now. Often when we entertain, and we've established as a company for over 100 years, we've been in business, we've entertained the values of having a positive impact on the world in many different ways. I use Black Panther as a great example of that, just in terms of fostering acceptance, or the movie Coco. Yeah, okay. Coco was great. I'll give that. I asked earlier what the last good Disney movie was, and I said Tangled. No. I will say Coco, which, to be fair, I'm pretty sure it was actually Pixar, not Disney, so jury's still out on that one. Which Pixar did about the Day of the Dead. Okay, so yeah, so Coco, while it was still really good, wasn't even really Disney. It was Pixar. Said the embattled Disney head. I like being able to do that, entertain you, and if you can infuse that with positive messages that have good impact on the world, fantastic. But that should not be the objective. But as we all know, they're not doing it with injecting positive messages with a good impact on the world. They're injecting political messages that only have one politically ideological lean to them, and that is not the same. Do not let him gaslight you into thinking otherwise. But again, you're watching my channel. You already aren't going to have that happen to you. But who knows? Any of my videos could be someone's very first foray into this side of the internet. This could be the first time individuals are hearing about, the sort of the problems with Disney, or the problems with the political and social ideologies that are in these modern entertainment industries. So yes, while it does seem repetitive, it's been a long time since I've talked about Disney. I felt like right now kind of was the proper moment, because with everything going on in the video game sphere, with Magic the Gathering, with things going on in all different facets of nerd culture, and frankly, Disney being as irrelevant as they have been since the release of that Wish movie for their 100th anniversary, like, that disappeared like a fart in the wind. Like, yeah, it's definitely still good to keep them under the microscope and put them on some blast when need be, because summer blockbuster time is right around the corner. We about to have some summer hits. Deadpool 3 is coming out. Disney's gonna make bank on that. So we gotta make sure that we hold their feet to the fire and say, no, you guys are still a problem, and we're still going to try and hold you to account and get this culture to change for the better after all the destruction that you have done to it. When I came back, what I really tried to do is return to our roots, which is remember when we have to entertain first, Iyer concluded. Then why with every film since you've been back? We all know all this stuff already. I'm not even going to continue with what Iger has to say. What Iger has to say doesn't matter. What Iger has to say is completely irrelevant, because he's a lying scumbag, to the point where Elon Musk literally told him to go fuck himself in a live press conference. Like moments like that don't just fade away. No, the important part of this was what Musker said. The important part is what the man who literally gave us the first Black Disney princess and then treated it as if it was no big damn deal, like a G. His thoughts are the ones that matter. The dude that can give us, I don't personally care for Moana, but the dude that can give us Moana, which again had some cultural relevance to it, Princess and the Frog, Aladdin, The Little Mermaid. The dude has quite literally got a list of bangers, and then Princess and the Frog was treated as if it was no big deal. And this man, the man that gave us the first Black Disney princess, is saying, yeah, Disney's going hard on the activism and not, giving us actual characters. Maybe rein it in. I'd say listen to the guy, but those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. not always about, Disney, like I was saying earlier. I actually usually tend to cover anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get involved in the discourse with over 70 other vital idols. We are a growing, vibrant community. It has been so great to get that up and running. I would like you to be a part of it because we only care about one type of diversity. That is real diversity of thought. So join the Discord, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.